So it appears it was caught on a yacht. The chain was wrapped around the mast and cleats.
Here we are at Power Boats, out high and dry. There are a lot of boats in this yard. A lot of mosquitoes last night.
We discovered sand in the sail drive. How that got there, no one knows.
Welcome back to the vibrant island of Trinidad, one of the Caribbean's premier and most cost-effective destinations for hauling out and servicing cruising yachts. Sitting safely south of the hurricane belt, it's been a go-to stop for liveaboards preparing, repairing and regrouping during hurricane season.
Since we've got on the hard, I've sourced a few quotes to have the antifoul removed back to the gel coat. It's a big job. It is a big job. But prices are extortionate. $3,500 US was the cheapest we got quoted. One was $6,000 US. Crazy stuff. So there's just no way we can do that. So we've bought some materials. We've got some paint stripper. We're going to paint strip as much as we can off. I've managed to source 4 helpers to come into it, help out on Tuesday and Wednesday. Today is Saturday, so we're going to get as much as we can taken off. Then we're going to have to use a grinder and grind the rest of it back to the gel coat. It's a big job, but it's not a $6,000 or a $3,500 US job.
I reckon this is a work of art. Taking off the very many layers. This is the first time we've been down to the gel coat since we had the boat. Well, again, we scrape back, but we never go right back to the gel coat, so this is interesting. The many colours that we've painted it over the years. In yachting circles, Trinidad isn't just known for its boatyards. It's also a provisioning hotspot where sailors can stock up on everything from fresh produce to hard-to-find boat parts, often at prices far lower than elsewhere in the Caribbean. We're here at the market at Port of Spain, and I got to say, what a breath of fresh air it is after Grenada. Plentiful amounts of food at reasonable prices. We've actually been able to buy an orange. We had to take out a mortgage for in Grenada.
This is Portugal.
Was it
Portugal?
Portugal?
Yeah. Portugal.
Oh.
That's what this name is, Portugal. When you're going down, you eat one, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Hippie, Portugal. Fruit that has no pips is missing a slight essence of life. Fruit that has pips is good. They've been hybridized so much that they lose not just the pips, they lose the essence of life. There you go.
I'm Shelly. I'm a Trini. That's my brother boy. Trini also.
Right? We sell golden apples.
Golden apple, the pomsite. Very nice.
Oranges.
What is better, Trinidad or Grenada?
Trinidad is sweet.
Oh, really?
It's a beautiful country.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody love it when they come here.
Yeah.
All over the world are crime. But we are loving people. We are loving
Oh, we're
Trinidad.
loving you too.
Yes. Everything nice in Trinidad. All the food sweet like all here too.
It's like New Zealand.
Yes.
Several days earlier, the thriving community of sailors, technicians and marine services was something we were able to appreciate more than expected. Because despite arriving ready to haul out, our plans were briefly derailed when our anchor chain found itself firmly wrapped around something unseen in the industrial waters of Chaguaramas Bay. Okay, yesterday we were supposed to haul out. When we went to lift the anchor, it was obviously stuck on something, so Rob jumped in the water. What is it?
We're on a big bloody, like a wreck down there.
Oh.
Something very big.
So today we have Simon, who is going to dive down onto the chain for us. Simon, who is a very interesting character, has just dove down. He's going to take a look at the chain, and he's taking a big sack down with him. He's going to place that around the anchor so that it doesn't get hooked on the way up. But also yesterday, Ivan was very jubilant to be leaving on the monohull for his boat delivery down to Antigua. But it was only Ivan. Declan isn't on that boat. Declan is flying back here to Trinidad. It's not the way I had hoped things would go. I was sad they were leaving, but this is not what I wanted. Wanted them to return under these conditions.
About 2 or 3 days before we left, I noticed that I had a bit of redness and swelling around a small cut, a very small cut, on my shin. After the flight, it got bad. I went on antibiotics for it, and it's starting to come good. But for the majority of the time that I was on this boat, kind of just doing chores and getting it ready to sail across the Atlantic, my leg was pretty bad and I couldn't really walk too well. I could walk, but it was painful and it was a task. It wasn't looking too good for me to be going to sea with this on my leg. And so I'm not going to sea. I'll be back on the boat in 2 days.
The captain, on medical advice, was not prepared to take him offshore just in case it got worse. It's actually getting better, and by the time he gets back to us on Friday, he'll probably be right as rain. But we understand why they wouldn't want to take him. He is devastated and we're gutted for him. But we've got one boy coming back on Friday and one boy who's out there on the briny.
But the floaty bag is getting closer to us, so I suspect the anchor is off the ground now, and that's just slowly coming back to us. He's come back to the main problem area now, where he's going to untie the chain.
He's coming up to see us.
Up.
Bring it up now?
Clear it. I put the anchor up on the bag.
Okay, great.
And I tell you, it was a wreck.
It was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done. Yeah. Nice job. I'll see you over at the mooring. Okay. It's been several weeks since we discovered sand in the sail drive. Well, I don't know if it's in the sail drive, it was around the O-ring that seals off the cap to the top of the sail drive. Back in Lensois, I was just doing a routine check on the sail drive oil, and on starboard engine here, I lifted the lid off the cap, and underneath, around the O-ring, I found sand, like quite a lot of sand. How that got there, no one knows. But just in case there has been sand put into the sail drive, I'm now going to empty it. I did do an oil change when I discovered it, but that only changed half the oil. Now we can drain it and get rid of all the oil. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out. I suspect there's water in it, so it's going to be milky. I can't imagine we're going to see chunks of sand fall out of here, because if there was sand, it would have been ground up. So I'm pretty happy with the oil, actually, the quality of the oil in terms of seawater. I don't think there's any seawater in it, which is a good sign of the job we did when we hauled her out on the dry in Zanzibar, when we changed those seals. It's good, very happy with it. Doesn't mean to say there's no sand ground up in there. In fact, I'll just show you something here. If you look down in here, you see the oil, the layer on the bottom, like it's extra thickness there, it's a bit almost gluggy, I don't know if that's the word. Well, what I'd been told to do, it was actually back when we were in Darwin, an engineer suggested that we put conditioning oil in. It's quite a lot thicker, and so I put about 10% every time I change the oil. Now it just helps all the gear mechanisms just to get a little bit more lubricated, especially on a cold start for the engine, for example, and same thing for the sail drive when it gets up into the gears.
Number two.
Well,
That looks really
even
good.
better, yeah. So maybe the slide off colour, that other oil, is sand. There's sand. Who knows? That's really good. Oh yeah. So that job we did in Zanzibar, Rachel, was awesome.
Oh, it was a great day.
Hey, it was a great day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah. It's so good.
Perfection.
Yeah. Except for when we started up again. Forgot to open the saltwater secret.
An interesting thing happened yesterday in that late last night we got a call from Ivan saying they were pulling into Virginia, the weather's really bad and they're probably going to stay there till Saturday. Now Declan's leg is almost better. He was due to fly home to us here in Trinidad this morning, but he got a call saying
We're looking at maybe getting you a flight out to here and then some transport from the airport out to the boat, and you can do this passage with us.
So guess what? Declan's now on his way to Virginia to rejoin the boat delivery. And the funny thing is, Simon, who helped release our anchor and chain that was apparently wrapped around a yacht's mast, wrecked below us, he was talking about moon cycles, and if the moon is in your star sign, then things will go well for you. So I just checked this morning to see where the moon is, what star sign, and ching ching, it's in Gemini. And who's ching ching? Gemini. Ooh, there goes my voice. Declan. So when the moon is a bright canary yellow, Jupiter has aligned with Mars and Declan is on his way to that boat.
I was about to go out, but then they pulled me back in. That's how I feel right now. They've just pulled me back in. And I'm on it. Let's go.